Okay. I, Joseph Kipsang Korir, do swear that the evidence I shall give before this committee is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Thank you. Thank you, Waziri. We also administer the oath to the witness, the mover of the motion.
I, Kipkuri Korir Matthew, do swear that the evidence I shall give before this committee is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Matthew Korir, who will be our witness in chief. So, Waziri, I'd like to introduce the team that is before us. I'll start with myself. I'm Honorable Protich Rogon, MCA representing Sigawet and the chair of this select committee. Let me give from my right.
Thank you, Chairman. I'm Honorable Haran Rotich, MCA representing good people of Seretut and the vice chair of this committee, Karibu Sana.
I am Masi Wikonya, representing minority in Kericho County, a member of this committee. Karibu.
My name is Isaac Matker, a member of this select committee.
Okay, good morning, Wasiri. I'm Gilbert Kibrop Ngetich, MCA representing Gishara Ward and member to the committee. Thank you.
Thank you. And as you, let me once again, Honorable Matthew Korir, you can introduce yourself.
Kipkuri Korir Matthew is my name. Mover of the motion.
Thank you. To my right, at the secretariat, do you have the microphone?
I'm Rose Mutai, the Director Legal and Procedural Services.
I'm Lynn Kirui, one of the secretary.
I'm Brian Langat, the Deputy Director, Legislative Services.
And we have also the others there.
I'm Sharon Maybe, Deputy Clerk, Legislative, Legal and Procedural Services.
Karibu Waziri, my name is Abraham Langat, Deputy Clerk, Administrative Services.
Thank you. My name is David Thiongo, the Hansard Editor.
Thank you. So, meanwhile, such in the terms, I'm aware there are some people who are supposed to come in. Maybe after this, you will signal the other colleague, Walet and Dani. Waziri, welcome to this morning session. This is pursuant to Article 50 of the Constitution. We're giving you a fair hearing because of what happened last week. And purely this is for this committee to just get to hear you, even as we prepare for the remaining part of this. So I would like to give this opportunity to Honorable Matthew Korir. Okay. Rose.
Okay, Waziri, I'm reading the charges. Then you will either plead guilty or not guilty on the 4 grounds. And I'll read the charges. Honorable Joseph Korir, kindly take your stand. The judges against you, as passed by the County Assembly, by a motion of 24th September 2025, afternoon sitting, are as follows. Round 1, abuse of office. The particulars of this ground is as follows. Allegations: authorizing illegal withdrawal of funds, cover-up and falsification of documents, fictitious payments, improper documentation, sabotaging the assembly, and usage of office to implement personal interest. On various occasions, the county executive committee members, while supervising the administration and delivery of services in the department, has repeatedly engaged in one, abuse of office by authorizing the illegal withdrawal of funds, cover-up and falsification of documents, overseeing fictitious payments for works, goods, and services not done or delivered, failing to ensure proper keeping of records, documents in his department, and overseeing payments not supported by proper documentation from the county coffers, openly sabotaging the county assembly's efforts to discharge its oversight role under Article 185 of the Constitution of Kenya and Section 8 of the County Government Act 2012. Consistently using his power and office to implement and further personal and clandestine interest at the expense of the trust bestowed in the office he holds. Ground 2, incompetence. The particulars of this ground is as follows: misappropriation, misallocation, and illegal drawing of county finances. The county executive oversaw the payment of contracts for works not completed and where prices for some services were overpriced. Furthermore, the contracts awarded were exceeding the budget appropriated for the said works and services. Ground 3, gross misconduct. The particular of this ground is as follows: the county executive committee member failed to provide leadership and discharge his responsibility as county executive committee member in accordance with the constitution and the law. On various occasions, the county executive committee member failed to exhibit honesty, transparency, and impartiality in the execution of his duties, refrained from taking responsibility, making diversionary and contradictory statements about the circumstances under which the public funds were lost in his department, reprobated and feigned ignorance on the unfortunate loss of public funds. Ground 4, violation of constitution and other written laws. The particulars of this ground is as follows: the county executive committee members in various occasions approved the withdrawal of public funds contrary to the provision of Section 138 of the Public Procurement and Assets Disposal Act 2015, breached the trust bestowed on state officers by Article 73 and 75 of the Constitution of Kenya, breached Section 54(1) of the Public Procurement and Assets and Disposal Act 2015. Honorable Joseph Korir, how do you plead to these 4 grounds? How do you plead to ground 1?
Yeah, Chair, I'm innocent.
How do you plead to ground 2?
I do not agree.
How do you plead to ground 3? You are either guilty or not guilty. Sorry.
Actually, that is
well guided.
How do you plead to ground 1?
Not guilty.
How do you plead to ground 2?
Not guilty.
How do you plead to ground 3?
Not guilty.
How do you plead to ground 4?
Not guilty.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Waziri. I want to give this chance to the motion mover to give his evidence.
Thank you, Chairman. For the record, I'm Kipkuri Korir Matthew, MCH Aikwad, and I'm here as the motion mover. In this case, I want to adduce my evidence on the issues that I raised concerning the motion of impeachment of Honorable Korir, CC member in charge of land physical planning. One, Mr. Chairman, is that on the grounds of abuse of office, Mr. Chairman, this is the department contracted Deprol Ventures for maintenance of 15 houses in Kipkelion West at a cost of 2.9,099,000. Remember, Chairman, I was the member of the ad hoc committee where we went all the way to Kipkelion to confirm whether that this work was done. Chairman, in fact, my case under abuse of office, gross misconduct, incompetence, a violation of constitution and other written laws, I've just rely on two grounds, Mr. Chairman. And one of the grounds is that the payment of Deprol Ventures Limited and the payment of the Denpay Company Limited. So in this case, Chairman, I want to go through what I've just stated, and I know the honorable member will be able even to put down in short form or how he will understand, but my evidence, I rely on ad hoc committee report on fictitious payment. Mr. Chairman, if you can remember very well, when we had the ad hoc committee, we went ahead and find out the Department of Lands paid a contractor a total of 2.9,099,000 for works not done in Kipkelion. So in this case, Mr. Chairman, I was motivated to know that if I can bring a motion against Korir, I know this one will be supported by the members, and finally we'll get Korir out of office, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, after visiting in 30th July at around 2:30 to Kipkelion House as Chairman, we find out that nothing was done, yet the contractor was paid in February, Chairman. So if there's any other grounds that we need to look into and to confirm that whether that Korir uses his powers or abuse this office that he holds, this is one of the grounds, Mr. Chairman, whereby Deprol Company Limited or Deprol Ventures Limited was paid a tune of 2.9 million, just 1 shilling, Chairman, or 10 shillings from 3 million, Chairman. Ad hoc committee on fictitious payment noted that the payment was done without inspection and acceptance report, Chairman. If this is not an abuse of office, how can a contractor be paid without inspection report and even the payment certificate, Chairman? That is contrary to Section 48 of the Public Procurement and Asset Disposal Act. In this manner, Chairman, I'm bringing Honorable Korir to notice to confirm to this committee whether that Deprol Company Limited was paid before or after. Chairman, it was established that the payment was done in March. I know Korir will take the stand and say, I was not in office by then. But anything that, even these old officers, Chairman, sometimes when we are doing handing over, even the office of the MCA, when I was handed over, Chairman, after my swearing in, I agree to take all responsibilities of all other things that was done in the past, Chairman. So in this case, I want to bring Honorable Korir to just answer why this company was paid without doing the works. In the same sense, Chairman, the certificate was signed under municipality. All of us understand we have only two municipal council in this county, Mr. Chairman. One is Litein Municipal and two is Kericho Municipal. Kipkelion is not under the boundaries of municipality. Meaning, Chairman, this thing was done just to do verification of documents or to cover up, Chairman, what was done before, to just clarify and make this
5th. This one alone, Chairman, I'm done. I don't need even to take like 20 minutes to explain this. If you can award, you can give award letter on 5th. An opening tender is done on 14th. On this one, I'm done, Chairman. I don't need even to continue, even to go to the payment certificate that was produced on 22nd, invoice was given on 20th. Chairman, I can proceed and go overseeing fictitious payment for works, goods, and services. Chairman, I don't want to have a lot of explanation to the honorable member because we are not all visitors from Jerusalem, and he understands better because he's the head of the department. Chairman, openly supporting the county assembly efforts to discharge its oversight role under Article 185 of the Constitution of Kenya and Section 8 of the County Government Act. During the other committee, Chairman, meetings, the department was asked to provide directors of the different companies mentioned. This is the department, Chairman, failed even to produce just even a single name of a contractor who was given these works, especially for Drepron and Denby, Chairman. Leave alone other company, because when we went ahead, we find out to get one director of the cranes that was given to supply stationaries and office furniture, Mr. Chairman. The department failed to provide those documents under Article 185.3 of the Constitution, Kenya 2010, Assembly as Oversight Authority over the County Executive and other county executive organs. When a CCM, this is a county executive committee member, refuses to or fails to produce documents, they are undermining the constitutional mandate of the county assembly. Outside that, Chairman, what does that mean when the county executive member provide documents which are not correct to the county assembly? They want to make the county assembly just a puppet. They want to make the county assembly just to be a conveyor belt. They want to make the county assembly just to rubber stamp and approve what is not right to be right, Chairman. According to me, this is the department supporting the role of this county assembly. So, Chairman, I wish that the county executive committee member will prove beyond reasonable doubt that this openly supporting of the county assembly efforts in discharging its mandate, Chairman, he will try to prove. Section 11 of Leadership and Integrity Act 2012, Chairman. The Act requires efficient, honest, transparent, and conduct of public affairs. Section 26 of the same Act prohibits misuse of office to obstruct oversight accountability by withholding documents. Chairman, on this one, I don't need even to explain. Reason? If you cannot do something which is fair, if you cannot conduct something which it is mandated to be done by the department, no one else can go and do it in your department. So, Chairman, this one, the county executive committee member will just prove to this committee and the county assembly and the members of the public to know that this is the department where we lose a whopping 2.9 million under fictitious payment. Under Section 149 of the Public Finance Management Act, the accounting officer is directly responsible for providing information to oversight bodies, including county assembly. So the chief officer is accounting officer. The CCM is a policy head. Chairman, the reason why I was not able to bring the motion to impeach the CEO in that department. In any family, Chairman, you start with the head, and the head of the department is the CCM, Honorable Korir, for lands and fiscal planning. Failure to produce document can be deemed as gross misconduct, justifying the removal under Article 181C of the Constitution, Section 40. Abuse of office under Section 46 of Anti-Corruption and Economic Crime Act, since withholding the documents may conceal fraud or irregularity expenditure. Violation of public trust under Article 73. This one, Chairman, you know, we have been given a mandate to be in this county assembly as the honorable members. For my case, I'm here as honorable member representing the great people of Chaik Ward. If the opportunity was given, all 12,000 voters will be in this county assembly to represent themselves. But I've been given that mandate, Chairman. So if I'm here and I'm not going to defend what is right, I think we will let the likes of Honorable Korir and the rest of the executive members to mislead and to mismanage the resources of this county. Members of the public are waiting for development, Chairman. But the same staff who are to support and to deliver are in their offices, Chairman, cooking for documents to support on how they want to have the money using the shortcut ways, Chairman. Incompetence, Chairman. I'll not take much. Incompetence, Chairman. I want to prove that Honorable Korir is incompetent. The county executive committee member, in carrying out these roles, managing, coordinating, demonstrating incompetence of the following irregularities, Chairman. On the contract award to DEPRL, a limited of 2.9 million, indicates that the contractor was fully paid. On this, Chairman, I think if I'll be given an opportunity, I will just ask Honorable Korir, was the contractor, did the contractor receive payment so that he can go to work, or he did the work so that he can get payment? If I'll get that answer, Chairman, I think I will continue to proceed tabling the evidence that I have, Chairman. Chairman, when the other committee, where I sat as a member on a alleged fictitious payment, visited the site. In fact, I visited the site, Chairman, on 30th July at around 2:30. We were coming from Ruskebe, where another CC managed to siphon public resources by supplying 200 kilos of soya, Chairman, instead of 7,000. Chairman, on the site, we find out that nothing was done, yet the contractor had been paid. That one, Chairman, alone show incompetence. The department's contracted
Honorable Matthew, just order. Waziri, remember, I expect you to be putting down a few things because you'll have to get to examine the Honorable Matthew Korir on all the allegations. So it shouldn't come to a point where you'll not even get what he has accused you of. Continue.
Chairman, to show that Honorable Korir is incompetent. Number two, the department contracted Denby Holdings Limited to provide catering services at a cost of 2.9,085,000 for the public participation or resettlement of the squatters in Chelimolan. The committee established, where I sat as a member, that the department had a budget of 2 million and procured goods of 2.9 million, which exceeded by 984,000. Chairman, on this, if Korir wants to tell this committee, is very competent. Chairman, if the committee, if Honorable Korir wants to show that he is very competent on this, he needs to tell us where he gets 985,000 from the budget where we had a budget of 2 million. But he paid a contractor 2.9 million. So the moment Korir will prove that, I will know that he's very competent. The public participation was to take place on 18 November 2024, as per the documents provided in the committee. However, the computation was based on 500 people. This is now, Chairman, I remember when you were articulating your issue in the Senate. This is where the lands department paid a contractor to do a service for 5 days. But the event took 5 hours, not even only 1 day, Chairman. And everything was paid per 5 days. If Korir is competent, can he prove to this committee that it was not 5 days as per the invoice? Chairman, I will just do cross misconduct and then I'll come back to where Honorable Korir is using the powers of office to implement further personal things. Cross misconduct, Chairman. Consistently failing to provide leadership and discharge his responsibilities as executive committee member. Today, Chairman, if Honorable Korir can show us, because all these things, it has been everywhere. It has been either in social media, it has been in his table as the CC in charge of lands. If he can show us even a short course letter that he has just written to the CEO on issues that was alleged that it was fictitious payment and later proved by the report of the committee chairman. If he can show us today, especially me as the motion mover, I will go home happy, knowing that Korir is taking care of the department with all its capacity as the CC in charge. The department contracted Depro Limited to maintain 15 station house in Kipkelion at a cost of 2.9 million. The other committee on fictitious payment noted that it was done without inspection acceptance committee report. Deemed no inspection to supersede this one. This one is section contravene section 48 of the Public Procurement and Disposal Act. Chairman, if you can allow me to go back and have the consistently using his powers and office to implement and the further personal self-interest. Remember, Chairman, in the other committee, when we visit the site, we had to give recommendation as the committee. And one of the recommendations on the committee, Chairman, we wanted the value of money. And the value of money, we give the department 28 days, Chairman, to go and do the right thing in Kipkelion houses. But on this, Chairman, because the CC, the CEO, and the head of the departments that in that lands department, Chairman, went ahead because they want to implement 28 days. Do you know what they did, Chairman? They removed asbestos. They left asbestos in the doors of the residents of Kipkelion. What is the procedure when removing asbestos, Chairman? If my mind served me well, Kericho Referral Hospital, we had to close for 2 months, heading 3 months, for the purpose of removal of asbestos, Chairman. Why Kipkelion residents are still suffering, having the asbestos in their doorstep? Is that not using the power to correct your mess in the expense of killing the residents of Kipkelion? If that's not the case, Chairman, why do I need to go even to read another ground when we have a ground to send Honorable Korir home? On that, Chairman, I think if I'll be cross-examined, I'll get a better chance also to respond. So thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, Honorable Matthew Korir. for your presentation. Before we proceed, we have pupils from Highlands Primary, Township Primary School. You are welcome to this assembly. I know the normal session is over, but this is also equivalent to the normal session because it is part of the work the assembly will do. So welcome to this assembly. Get to learn what we are doing as an assembly. It will, of course, help you in all that you do in school. You're welcome. I want them to invite, at this point, the Honorable CEC, Honorable Korir. If you have issues to raise on what Honorable Matthew has already presented, you can stand. You can proceed.
Okay, thank you, Bwana Chair. Let me appreciate the proceedings that have taken place up to this point. I want to thank Honorable Matthew for this information that he has provided. However, I just wanted to ask just about two issues so that I get it well. I think let me start with my name. I'm Korir Joseph. Currently the CEC in charge of lands, housing, and physical planning. Just the first question I wanted to ask Matthew is that in the structure of the county government, who is the AIE holder? The AIE holder, that is the person who is allowed to incur expenditure. Because I think the county government structure is very clear on who is supposed to initiate in as far as the payments is concerned from the beginning to the end, even the procurement procedures. I do appreciate that he has given the dates here and there, which actually are in the ad hoc committee, and he mentioned that he specifically basing his evidence on the fictitious payment, the other committee. That means, therefore, Honorable Matthew, what are the specific recommendations of the other committee on the two issues that you have mentioned about the DNP and the temporal companies? Because I've checked the other committee report, and there are very specific recommendations. I would like Matthew to tell this committee what does that recommendation mention in as far as these fictitious payments are concerned. And then last is, where is in this ad hoc committee, I've checked through, and there is only one position, one line, actually two lines, that the CEC in charge of lands have been mentioned. And I would like to have Honorable Matthew, my friend, to tell me what was the recommendations that was posted to the CEC lands on this issue. Thank you, Bwana Chair.
Thank you, Waziri. I know you've requested three things from Honorable Matthew. I want to request the Honorable Member so that you answer all, Honorable Matthew. Do we have any clarification from the members to the mover of the motion? Can anyone? Or you can go ahead and answer the questions put to you.
Chairman, if you can allow me to respond, I think
that's okay.
I think the Honorable Korir first, he has not cross-examined me proper. Chairman. Chairman.
You can proceed, Honorable Matthew.
According to me, Honorable Korir is trying to ask me on the report that I was in the committee writing. So I will not even rely on the report. Chairman, I've relied on the report by bringing two issues. One is about DEPRO and two is about DENBI. The payment that was done without any works. I have not talked about recommendation. Did the Department of Lands pay DEPRO Company Limited 2.9 million before or after? That was the question Korir need to cross-examine me. And then DENPI, did the department paid DENPI 2.9 million, yet they had a budget of 2 million? That is the question. I have not, in this case, Korir,
Honorable Matthew.
There's a difference.
Honorable Matthew, just to clarify, the Honorable CEC has asked you to clarify on three issues. One is who is the AIE holder of the Department of Lands. It is a very simple thing. And then number two, there were some recommendations by the ADO committee where you sat. As a committee. And then lastly, order, Matthew.
Chairman, you want to, no, Chairman.
Order. You know, Matthew, you are a witness in this committee. And then number three is what was required by the CEC to do on the report. It's only that. You can answer that.
Chairman, you can allow me also, and I want to request for your better understanding. My motion is not relying on the ADO committee report. It's relying on two lines, DEPRO and DENBI. Why do I need to read the recommendation or the specific of recommendation of the CEC in charge of lands? The IE holder is the chief officer. If the IE holder is chief officer, who is appointing the chief officer? Is the CEC. What is the role of the CEC? You can ask the CEC who is in question to read his role as the CEC lands. One is to manage the administration affairs of the lands and to ensure that the utilization of the resources in the department is taken care of. Why do I need to answer what he knows as the CEC? Two, Chairman, my report or my motion is not the whole ADO committee report. Let's come out from ADO committee report. Let's talk about DEPRO Company Limited and DENPI Company Limited, Chairman, so that we cannot mix issues. If I want to read ADO committee report, I will read everything, but it is not about my motion. My motion is based on two items. The Department of Land paid DEPRO Company Limited 2.9 without any works done in Kipkelion. If yes, I will just rest my case, Chairman. If no, I will just raise my case and I will ask another question on that.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Honorable Matthew Korir. Of course, you've answered. I want to request the members so that if we have any clarification or questions to the motion mover. And let me start straight away. Number one, Honorable Matthew, take down very fast. Can you confirm to this committee that the money used to pay for the renovations of the houses in Kipkelion was from the Kericho municipality? And then number two, you've said before this committee that the award letter was given even before a tender committee was formed. You need to clarify to this. And then now you talked about failure by the department to submit the list of directors of the company. I don't know whether it's DEPRO or DENBI. You will need to clarify to this committee. And lastly, on my end, you talked about gross misconduct, where there were payments were made or were done without the inspection and acceptance report. Can you confirm to the committee, because you sat in that committee. I want to request the honorable members, if you have any clarification or question to the move of the motion, you can take down, and then you can answer all. Anybody else?
You okay? So, Chairman, he said he's okay, so I can proceed to ask him my question, Chairman. Yeah. Chairman, Motion Mover, there is an issue that you touched specifically with the gross misconduct, and especially the part that you stated the budget for was it DNP? That is for those quotas, the settlement. There was an issue on public participation, and you stated that in your statement the budget was 2,00500 shillings. And you proceeded and said the goods were procured up to a tune of 2.985 million. And that is when you're asking whether the 984,500 came from. So what was first, I want to understand, can you make us understand the 2 million? What was the initial line that 2 million was supposed to be used? Where specifically was the 2 million supposed to be used? And whether this is the procurement of that the products with 2 speakers that we saw the other time, and the sodas, the late sodas. Maybe can you expound further on this that 2.9 million and the issues of variation of 984,000? Thank you.
Thank you. Through the chair. Honorable Motion Mover, how do you objectively define the gross nature of the CC's actions? And what is the single most compelling piece of evidence that elevates the conduct beyond a mere administrative error to meet this high legal threshold for removal? 1. Number 2, given that ACC supervises the entire department, how do you conclusively prove that the cited acts, such as authorizing illegal withdrawals, falsification of documents, and fictitious payment, were the direct action of the CC, not the product of a misconduct by a sub-bonded staff that the CC failed to detect? Finally, Honorable Motion Mover, from the records of this county assembly, it is noted that you were once a member of the Lands Committee. Which step did you take to prevent the loss of the funds as a committee member? Thank you.
Is there another member? So, before you answer, one last one. When your committee toured Kipkelion municipal county council houses, which were to be renovated by Deborah, you were able to establish even the roofing had not been done. Now, you've come before this committee and accused the CEC that already renovations had happened, and the asbestos, without due diligence or the protocols that are supposed to be followed in disposing them, had already been, the asbestos had been removed and dumped. Can you confirm to this committee how you established that that had happened, and Waziri is solely liable to the disposal of asbestos without following the due process? Thank you. You can answer to those, Honorable Matthew.
Thank you so much. Quick one. Kindly confirm, that is from Honorable Chairman, kindly confirm 2.9 million that was paid for Deprol was from municipality. That is not true. The issue here is that the certificate, payment certificate that was produced was from the municipality, yet Kipkelion is not under the Kericho municipality. And then another question, failure to list of directors, failure to submit. Indeed, the Lands Department failed to submit the list of directors of DNP and Deprol Company Limited when we are sat in the committee of ad hoc. And then Honorable Aaron tell us about 2.9,085,000 instead that it was in budget of 2 million. In fact, then we did works according to the documentation that was provided by the department. According to the analysis that we did as per the budget. Remember, Honorable Albert was the chairman of the committee and is the chairman to budget committee. So when we cross-check the budget, compare with what was procured, the budget was 2 million, but what they procured is 2.9 million, meaning that they went ahead and get 985,000 from other lines, of which I cannot tell, because what I want is Honorable Kore to tell us where they got 985,000. CC removal.
As for the amount, we are asking,
yes,
what was the...
For that event. That event that when we presented in Senate, you are seeing two pro box and alleged providing of tents, red carpets, and the rest. But according to us, when we find out as the committee, nothing was done of such kind, but the contractor was paid.
Okay. So this one was for soda, or in your case, it was for...
The 2.9 million comprised of soda, red carpet, tents, PA system, and buffet lunch for those people who participated for the event. And then Honorable Isma, you have just asked that where does the CC come in when a department failed to provide some documentation and build a document. That is administrative works. As administrator of a department, as the manager of a department, you need to be knowing what is happening in the department. And in that case, you can ask me what is happening in my ward as the MCA, and I will answer. So Waziri needs to answer what is happening in his department. And that's why I cannot impeach a procurement officer. I have to impeach the CC, who is the head of the administration. Ruvi was, this one is Honorable Rogon. You have just asked that the moment we visited the site on 30th July at around 2:30, we find out that there was no works done. Chairman, you know I'm a motion mover. If I'm a motion mover, I must build my evidence. I've received information that the works was done immediately after the Senate. So being motion mover, I must build my evidence, Chairman. And building my evidence, I must look for the works, whether that it is done or not yet done. So I find out that the CEC and the department have done something in that housing, but the asbestos was just removed and left to the Kipkelion resident to serve. That is my case, Chairman.
Honorable Isma, as Honorable Isaac Metkel.
About the land committee, let me answer that one. When I was the member to lands committee, I don't remember. In fact, at some point, I was given to be chairman of lands committee for 1 day. And I've never even, I didn't even manage to have a meeting. I don't even know the members of the land committee by then. So, chairman, I was given to be chairman for 1 day. The following day, I was not chairman, and I was given to be vice chairman education.
Thank you. Maybe the only, before you take your seat, Honorable Matthew, you've just told this committee that you got information of the disposal of asbestos by the Department of Lands. That is after the Senate hearings. Now, I wanted to clarify, you know, do you have information that has happened, and where are the asbestos disposed? So that the CEC will rightfully answer. Remember, he's taken oath, so that if you lie to this committee, then we know what to do.
Chairman, unless you want me to do a report, but for now, I can tell you the asbestos was just removed and left in the ground in Kipkelion. Unless that one, another information, because we are under oath, 2 people, you can ask the CC to confirm what is happening in Kipkelion. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Matthew. Honorable Isaac has the last question to you.
Yeah, Honorable motion mover, is this motion your own motion? Just asking.
Honorable Chairman, just to answer my colleague, Honorable Isma, that is the reason why I took hold, being the motion mover.
Thank you. I then want to invite the CEC. You are expected to give your evidence. If you have witnesses, you can bring them here. Remember, you've said you are not guilty to all the charges read to you. I want you to take the stand. I don't know whether you'll take the stand or you'll answer from where you sit. Are you comfortable standing? You're very strong? Okay, Waziri. Because it might take more than an hour. You can go ahead. Waziri, you can proceed.
Thank you, Bwana Chair. Once again, let me appreciate the whole process. I want first to acknowledge Bwana Chair and the honorable committee members that it is possible, you know, in any endeavor, when you are undertaking a process, there could be situations that you can make some errors. And I want to really appreciate what the department has done over time. And I'm not here to indict anybody, as a matter of fact. I just want to appreciate, even if there could have been one or two errors, obviously there is still a lot that has happened, that has been done by the department. I want to also take it that, Bwana Chair, it is upon me at the moment. I'm in charge of the department, and it is my sincere hope and wish that I do steer this department in the right direction to deliver services in the correct manner to our people. I think that is all what I would like on the desire that I have for this department. We want to apologize. Personally, I would like to apologize in case of any mistakes that were done within the possible human error. It is me at this particular point in time, because I am there now, and I would like to apologize in case of any error that could have happened. I think it is possible, I mean, it is human to do that. Then going on the specific situations that I've had here, I think Mheshimiwa has dwelled on 2 items only, and I think I should also be able to give my possible situations on that. But before I do that, it means that we do not give the particulars on the owners of the companies in question. And when I looked at the recommendations of the ad hoc committee, it is true that 1 out of the 3 in the lands department, 1 is missing. This is the Denby Holdings Limited. But the other 2 are captured correctly according to this document that came from this house. So for that 1 that did not come, I will take responsibility, because I know somebody came here. You have that knowledge and understanding that we were invited as a department. We came, but there was 1 person who was actually given the letter to appear here. And in my own opinion and thinking, the particulars could have been given at that time. Now that they are missing, I will say we are sorry for that, and it is not yet over. If we required, we still can do that. On the issue of Kipkelion that has really come a lot here, I want to put it members through the chair that it is true that the ad hoc committee did their work very well. I have no issue with the committee. They did their work very well, and I'm grateful on that. They also gave some specific recommendations, as I have mentioned. And what touches on me, I've already done that. Because when I got the ad hoc committee's report, there was only one paragraph that is very clear, I don't want to read it here, that the CEC in charge of lands to lead a reconciliation to allow the contractor to come in and complete the work. And immediately upon receiving this, I did that. I called the area MCA. I got some committees that were dealing with that area. And they went ahead. After reconciling, I just told them to do the work as per what they were supposed to do. And they did it. On the issue of the asbestos that my friend has mentioned, it is also true, I can confirm, that yes, the asbestos were removed. That is a fact. New iron sheets were laid. That is also a fact. Renovations were done. Paintings has been done up to this point, as per the actual report that I have on the ground. And the asbestos, if somebody lands there now, it is true some asbestos still remain. But the chunk of it was actually taken, because we had requested the person who was actually dealing with the referral. I'm happy you mentioned the referral. We had requested that person to deal with the asbestos. So the few that's remaining, we shall get the actual report, and we shall go ahead and do it. That is supposed to be the issue on the Kipkelion, honorable members. On the issue of Chelimo, that is the next that Mheshimiwa has mentioned. I would also appreciate the fact that there are issues here in terms of documentations. I've also looked at the ad hoc committee reports, and you can see that actually even the sailing was actually passed in as far as the budget availability at that time was concerned. I would not want to say, as my friend said, I will escape and say I was not there. That is a fact. This one was done in the 2024, November, December, and I think some of the payments in these two were also done in January. So in as much as I was not there, but you know, it is also good to say that we are really doing it, and we want to correct the errors that have really dogged this department. I think the motion mover, my friend Matthew, mentioned that this one here is really dogged with a lot of problems. And I want to appreciate, surely some departments have had problems, as by even the documents alone. But I want to thank God that we have the opportunity. We have to correct. We cannot remain perpetually on the wrong side. We have got to correct it. And I have taken the steps to do that. If you have been to my department of late, you will realize that even the staff are fully in the department now doing their work. I have conducted several meetings myself with all the departmental heads, with the directorates, with all the staff, since I came. And I've given my word that, you see, it is prudent and good to do the right thing. Because you see, I think at the end of the day, our people want services. I think even you people, I want to appreciate you people. You have been doing your work, you are discharging your mandate, you are rendering services to our people. And there is no, there is no big division between the county assembly and the executive. Our work is, and our desire, is to serve our people by giving them the services required. So this one, all is not lost. But I would appreciate that there could be some errors. And we are taking steps going forward to ensure that things move in the right direction. I think those are the two issues that have really come out here on a serious note. And I want to also say that I would not want to dwell on that so much, because you see, when your accommodations came, that was good. We have captured them. We also have the other investigative agents of the government. They have also seized the matter. And I can confirm that my CEO was the last one to appear last week. And we are looking forward for the report so that we consolidate all these reports. And I can confirm to this House that on my end, where I'm supposed to act, I will tell you without hesitation, action will be taken as per the recommendations that will be given. Matthias asked, and I think I've mentioned somewhere, that it is the duty of the CEC to appoint a CEO. I want to say that the CEOs, as by their mandate, I'm sure that this House, at some point, you interviewed the CEOs and you approved them. And it's not the work of the CEC, as a matter of fact, to appoint any CEO. But I would want to say that it is correct. CEOs are under me. The CEO is under me. And we do talk. I have the strong belief, members, that writing letters to the officials anyhow, anytime, may not be very good. It is good to talk and correct where necessary and move on. I think that is quite important. So, the letter that has been asked here to show that I have written any letter to the CEO, I will say, no, I have not written. But we have talked severally. And we have agreed going forward. And I want to thank you once again for all this session. I think I have adequately confirmed that actually I am not guilty to these charges. As a matter of fact, when when these issues were being read by Matthew the other day here in the assembly, I felt like that all these charges were not mine. In fact, I had to ask somebody, is that Korir being mentioned there? Looks to me maybe my name was mentioned mistakenly. Surely, because these charges, I will confirm to you, members, the honorable members, through the chair, that I am far from this. I have discharged duties in this country. I have been a servant of this country for more than 30 years. And not a single day, as far as I can remember, that I have been asked on issues of gross misconduct, violation of the Constitution, incompetence. Being even a senior principal heading a national school, I do not think that issues of incompetence were not discovered by them. And I was able to run schools, a number of them, for above 20 years. So I'm very sure I'm quite I'm very competent. I'm a very humble servant. I'm very disciplined. I do my work very diligently. So with that, members, I want to ask that you consider these issues. And we all remember that we do have chances, each one of us, every now and then. It is good to use those chances appropriately and do the right thing. I do expect this committee to discharge its mandate in a very fair manner. Thank you and be blessed.
Thank you, Waziri, for your presentation. I want to request the honorable members, if we have any queries or clarification with the honorable. Okay, Honorable Matthew.
Thank you, Chairman, and I want to Honorable Korir, I think it is wise if we can respond to my two questions. One is it that the payment was made, or the removal of asbestos that is being done now is a different contract from the one that was paid before the works was done? And then another thing is that I didn't mention that you are the appointing, but I say that the CEOs are under you, the way you have mentioned, but also the responsibility of the being AIE holders are given by the head of the Treasury, that is the CC in charge of finance. So I want to know whether that this money was paid before the works was done or was paid after. And then my next question is about 985,000. Where will the department, because they had a budget of 2 million, where did you get the 985,000?
So, Waziri, you can second the terms. You can respond to the two questions. One is, was payment made way before the works began? And number two, the budget, the line item budget was 2 million, but the works was 2.984 thousand. Where did you get the balance of 984?
Chair, thank you. I think for the issues of Kitelion, because it is even captured here very well. I can see the dates of payment. I can see the dates of award of the tender, the evaluation, and the rest. And I've also alluded that the recommendation that was given by the ADO is that to the CEC in charge of lands was to undertake reconciliation for the work to be done. That effectively means Matthew is right, that payment was done. Because you know you have documents and they are here. So I cannot lie that it was not paid earlier. That even the work is just completed. It's only those aspects. For the second one, I do not want to dwell on it so much because I say the other investigative agents are appraised of the matter. And we are now, because I don't want to dwell on that so much, because the issues are very active, and we shall get the direction, and I think Matthew will appreciate that we shall get the right information when these agencies give us the actual situation. Thank you.
You know, you're trying to evade something. I want you to clarify. You've been
Yeah.
told in budget that was passed before this Honorable House, the amount that was allocated for the department was 2 million. But then you went ahead as a department and procured goods and services exceeding the budget that you were given. Can you confirm? It's not something that you need other agencies to come and confirm for you, yet you are the head of the department. And this is a legitimate county assembly constituted in law. So you must answer what you are asked to do as the head of the department. Can you confirm where did you get the 984,000 exceeding the budget that was approved before this Honorable House? Simple.
Yeah, thank you, Mheshimiwa Rotich. I think I've answered, surely. I think I've mentioned that, you see, I don't want to dwell on it now. Where was the extra money found? That's what I've said. Because it is captured here very well that there was an extra expenditure of this 900 and something. And I've said for now, I will not want to dwell on where it was found. Why don't we be patient? The investigation is about to...
No.
And we get the proper information.
Chairman, I think Waziri, you are trying to evade something. Remember, this is our responsibility. So, which agency? I thought you should be saying court. You know, the only thing, the only body that you not allow probably to inquire more is to talk on something that's in court. But you see, other agencies cannot prevent this committee from knowing the truth. Were you told that those agencies not to give the truth to the full county assembly? Or which law are you referring to?
Thank you, Panaro Teach. With due respect, I think I would then decide not to reply to that for now, because I do not want to infringe on what is likely to put me. So
wait, honorable members.
Yeah.
Honorable members, you all know the engagement here. I want to request Honorable Rotich, if you have issues with the CEC, ask him through, where is that? You know, your engagement with the CEC directly does not, you know, it is not procedural. Let me request Honorable Moro.
Okay, thank you, Chairman. Let me inquire from Wasiri, from the fact that he said that the asbestos was removed, and then there are some which remained, in which you are intending to go and clear. If I told you went to the site after the passing of the ad hoc report, why didn't you ensure that the work is done perfectly? Because of us leaving the asbestos there, you are jeopardizing the residents. The reason as to why the asbestos was removed is that it was dangerous to the people who are living in that condition. Now that you left the asbestos at the ground, and even learning that there was a mistake, someone was paid and the work was not done. Now that you wanted to correct, why didn't you clear the asbestos at the ground? Because it was actually human for the people who are really living there. Second is to inquire on this particular payment, in which a budget line item was showing 2 million. And there was an excess procurement on some items, an excess of 985 or 84. And you are simply trying to evade. And you know there was no supplementary budget to enhance the allocation. It is very candid that you are supposed to tell this committee where you got the money. Because obviously if you want to enhance some line item, it is after a supplementary budget. Now that there was no supplementary budget and there was an enhancement, where did the money emanate from? Thank you.
Thank you. So remember, this is Honorable Korir. These are clarifications or questions from the Honorable members to you. And then, so let me give it to Honorable Isma. You take them down because you'll need to respond to them.
Thank you. Through the chair, Waziri, can you explain why an award letter was issued to Depol Ventures Limited on 5th November 2024, 9 days before the tender opening date of 14th November 2024. Contrary to the principle of fairness, equity, transparency, and competitiveness required under Article 2271 of the Constitution of Kenya, 2010, and Section 3B of the Public Procurement and Asset Disposal Act 2015. Number 2, why was the completion certificate issued by the Kericho Municipal Board, despite not being within their jurisdiction, thereby undermining lawful decision-making, as required under Article 11(1)(a) of the Leadership and Integrity Act 2022 and Article 10(2)(c) of the Constitution, which obligate public officers to uphold good governance, integrity, and governance. Finally, Mr. Waziri, as the political head of the department, how do you reconcile the irregular payment with your constitutional obligation under Article 731(a) of the Constitution of Kenya 2010, which demand honesty, accountability in the execution of public duties? Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Gikonyo.
I have one or two questions on accountability on leadership. Multiple committee reports describe you are issuing contradictory statement about lost funds. Why should this assembly accept your explanation today when you have a record of shifting blame and failing ignorance? Number 2, for how long have you been in the office?
Thank you, Waziri. You can respond to those, and then we can take any from our members in case of anyone has any other question or clarification.
Okay, thank you, Chair. I want to begin with Mheshimiwa Ngetich of Bishara. He has talked about the asbestos, and I think I mentioned that it is true. A bigger chunk of the asbestos has been taken. And when the inspection, the latest was done, we still have some that remain on the ground. And it is, we are now undergoing the process of getting the person that we had requested to maybe do something about it, or even give us reasons why they did not complete. And I think that is the process that is ongoing, because I say this one was just reached the completion. On the issue of the extra money, I think I have mentioned on that
before you proceed, can I know you requested someone or you tasked someone whom you gave the tender?
We thought because of disposal, you know, it was a bit tricky, and because the ongoing works here in Kericho was on, we decided it was easier to request, and we made that formal request, and they accepted.
Okay, and the tender for the contractor was just to remove. Disposal was a different thing.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa. In the reconciliation, we agreed that we shall look for somebody to offload this particular asbestos, because in my own opinion, when I looked at the contractor, it looked like he did not have that competency to deal with it, because he had thought of digging a hole, just ground, whatever, to bury them. But we felt because there was somebody here, we thought of requesting. In fact, if it becomes difficult now, because the few asbestos remaining, we can as well bury them somewhere.
So,
I don't know whether it's going to be procedural.
Waziri,
we shall try. Yes.
Waziri, just clarification. Was the 2.9 million contract meant for the renovation of those houses? Part of this contract was for the asbestos to be disposed, was it?
Yes.
So who is that contractor given the job in Kipkelian the one doing the disposal procedurally of the asbestos, or it is the one that you are talking about of here at the county referral hospital?
The contractor there is different from this, honorable members.
But you've told this committee that you requested somebody else to do.
We requested somebody who was dealing with the referral hospital.
With another budget?
Just no. It was
Okay.
just a request. And he did agree. And he
Okay.
didn't pay him anything.
So where did you dispose the huge chunk of those
Now,
asbestos?
the huge chunk, I may not be able to tell you where it is, but because it was just picked by the truck and taken, you know, I did not ask specifically where he was taken. I assume that because he was working here, he must have got some place to dump this.
Okay. And finally, so that you wind. So the remaining asbestos, because those are hazardous material, and you know, the more they remain there, the many lives of those people are in danger. I want you to tell this committee, when will the proper disposal of the remaining asbestos be done?
Thank you, Chair. Let me make a promise. I think you will give me 14 days to deal with that.
Okay. Proceed with other questions.
Oh yeah, the other question was on the, from Honorable Isma. One is on the issues of the tender award not corresponding with the and the document seems to have you know, is clashing. Some coming earlier than expected. I would want to say that I think this must have been an error of omission, and I want to maybe apologize for that. I know that it is a fact because they are documented here. I've seen it. So I would want to believe that this must have been an omission of some errors committed or omitted on that particular situation. Even this one of the municipal, I'm saying that the issue, the completion certificate was from the municipal. This must have been also an error because I do not think Kipkelian is not within the municipal. I think even Honorable Matthew had asked. I tend to think this one must have been an error, and as far as I'm concerned, it was corrected along the way. I'm very sure it has been corrected, and the correct certificate has been put in place. On issue of honesty, Isma, I would want to again bring to the attention of this honorable house that personally I'm very honest, I'm very straightforward, and I'm always to the point. Mheshimiwa Kikonyo, on issues of ignorance, I want to say that when you are trying to answer an issue, it is not a show of ignorance. I was really trying as much as I can, what I could, to actually put the situations straight. Otherwise, I do appreciate these questions, and I want to thank you most sincerely.
Thank you. Honorable Isaac Metker has a question to ask.
Waziri, within your department, who will issue the completion certificate? Because we have a case here whereby the certificate was issued by Kericho Municipal Board, and we are saying it's an error. Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. It is supposed to be the inspection committee that should issue the certificate. Because after the inspection, they are supposed to ensure that everything has been done, and they go ahead and issue the completion certificate. Thank you.
Thank you, Waziri. So you're telling this committee that from the documented sequence of events, number one, where on 14th of November, tender opening was done. On 5th of November, that is before 14th, an award letter had been given. Which one comes first? Then lastly, on 20th, the invoice was, 20th of February 2025, invoice was given. On 22nd, just 2 days later, completion certificate was given. Waziri, you're saying all these are errors? Okay.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa. Now, I want to put it again that this one must have been omission of some kind of, because you see, I think the sequence that has been given, even according to me, and even to you people, it's wrong.
Correct.
But I want to say that there must have been some kind of omission.
Okay.
Because I think we simply have to take it badly. Thank you,
Okay,
Mheshimiwa.
thank you. So lastly, when you took to your stand to give your evidence or to defend yourself, you talked about the list of contractors which the Honorable Matthew Korir, who was the mover of the motion, raised, where this assembly through the committee on the other committee requested for the list of directors of the 3 companies. I do not know the 3 companies, but I know 2, that is the Debral and the Denby. You will tell me the other one. Now, I have since established that it was the assembly that belabored to ensure we get the directors. So actually, it is not the department that gave us, but you now said the department gave us the list. Do you have the list of directors yourself that you are supposed to give us and you didn't give us?
Thank you, Chair. I would say that for now, I do not have those unless I'm given time to go and find out.
Thank you. Thank you, Waziri. Honorable Isaac.
Thank you, Waziri. Through the chair, Waziri, today if you survive this impeachment, what measures did you do as a county executive committee member to make sure you put in place to ensure compliance with the procurement laws, considering the Section 39 of the County Assembly Government Act 2020 makes you collectively and individually accountable for the action of your department? Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Can you answer to that?
Thank you, Honorable Ismail. It is my big desire, as a matter of fact, as a person, as an officer, that the proper laid procedures are done in my department. And I have already committed myself. I have made meetings, and I have given direction very clear that we shall not be able to continue having errors with people who are knowledgeable. You know, I do have competent officers in the department, and they know their work. And I have asked them, I have requested them that we surely have got to do the right thing at every instant. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Get me this. Honorable Rotich.
Chairman, my area of inquiry is the issue, as for the issue of 2.9. Waziri, do you have anything to tell this committee that, you know, I happen to have been one of the members who sat that day when verification exercise was taking place at Chelimo. And for your information, you know, we sat outside. There was no tent. I want to confirm. I didn't take even a soda. In fact, we were with Mheshimiwa Kikonyo, if I'm not wrong, or if it was not you, it was Lily. And it's very unfortunate that we are discussing something that we were present. And we didn't see even a soda, a bottle of water. But then it's very unfortunate that we're finding vouchers flying when that, in essence, there was nothing that was applied. Can you also confirm that this was actually done without the supply? Because, Chairman, it is unfortunate that this is the department. And if so, what measures have you taken so far as the head of the department, now that these things didn't even happen and the money was paid? What is it that you've taken, probably, on this issue as the head of the department?
Thank you.
Can I answer that, Chairman? Thank you, Mheshimiwa Rotich. I think I think we have, your voice is quite clear, and I think I've captured it. And I've also promised that going forward, we shall ensure that this kind of clearing errors should not happen. I do not want to run away from
it cannot be clearing of errors, Chairman, through Chairman. It cannot be clearing of errors. It is actually a theft of public resources. You're trying to introduce another term that people might not know, but it is good to say issues of public resources. Proceed.
Yeah, thank you. Well guided, Mheshimiwa. That is it. I think you have captured it. Myself, I will endeavor to do the right thing going forward. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think, Waziri, I wish to give you an opportunity to make your closing remarks. Honorable Matthew, you have anything?
I know that after closing remarks, it is only you who can do a final remarks. Chairman, with your permission, if you can give me 2 minutes to do my closing remarks. Honorable Korir, the discussion here and the issue even of having this motion does not mean that we have a lot of difference, but it is on duty that I'm here to have to do this in behalf of the County Assembly and also on behalf of the people of my ward and on behalf of the people of this county. I'm happy because Korir has just confirmed that 2.9 million was paid before the work was done. During your final submission, Korir, I think you need to tell us, was it right or is it procedural that you pay contractor before the works or you pay after? Then another thing is that we have confirmed that documentation part, even the dates, are not so much according, was not done according to the procurement procedures. What does that mean? The responsibility of the department heads needs also to be working on that line. But for my case, I wish the committee have just established that my evidence that I have adduced are enough to give Korir a leave in this county. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Maybe before you make your remarks, Waziri, Honorable Gikonyo, I don't know whether you answered her. I'd ask you, when were you appointed to this, to the office you're holding now? And then number two, so that you answer them, can you confirm to this committee whether most of these payments were made when you are there or when you're not there? And lastly, there was a, so that you commit to this committee, there was the issue of the directors where you said you need to be given 14 days. So you can confirm that the department did not submit before the assembly, the other committee, the list of directors of the contractors when it was asked. You can answer to those and then you finally make your submissions.
Okay, thank you, Bwana Chair. Picking from the first one by Honorable Matthew, I think it is true that the dates are not tallying, and I think we have alluded to that, and I think we have seen it as by the chronology of what is in the fictitious other committee. And Kikonyo, I'm sorry, maybe I didn't get that one. I'm sorry, Mheshimiwa. I was sworn in into the office on the 6th of, this was the 6th of March, 2025. And I assumed office, that was the day I took over, on the 18th of March, 2025. That is the day I officially took over my office. That is 18th of March, 2025. The question that were these payments made when you were there or not, these ones are saying as by the documentation provided, is that these payments ranges from October last year, November, December to January. That is 2024 to January 2025. So I can confidently say I was yet to be there, so I was not there at that particular time. On the issue of the directors, Mheshimiwa Chairman, according to these records, according to me, when I got this ad hoc report through the communication from the Assembly, actually know that one company is missing its the directors, and I've asked for 14 days to go and find out what could have happened in as far as this one is concerned. Lastly, I want to make just a few remarks. That the one I want to sincerely thank you, the honorable members, even for the way we have conducted this particular session. There's been a learning experience, there's been enriching, and the questions are factual. And I want to thank you because you have that bigger role in as far as the oversight role is concerned. And I want to thank you most sincerely. I want to put it once again and say I do apologize for any errors that could have happened. Human is to error. And I think from this point, as I have alluded, I want to commit myself once again that I will do the very best to ensure that we move forward smoothly in very close cooperation and consultation with this honorable house, because we have a duty, all of us, to discharge to our people. Thank you and be blessed.
Thank you, Waziri Korir. And at this point in time, I want to thank you for coming. The Assembly will contact you on the next phase where we'll have a special sitting, and I want to believe you'll be there. But we are grateful that you've at least given us the information that we needed as a committee. This is a requirement pursuant to Article 50 of the Constitution. Where you are accused, we needed to give you a fair hearing. At this point, I would want... the honorable member wants to make a remark.
Thank you, Chairman, and sorry for taking you back a little bit. Mine was to make a recommendation still on the asbestos, because it is a dangerous thing. That I've seen something on NEMA, that NEMA also do designate a place to dispose the asbestos. And the contractor should be also a licensed contractor to handle the same. Now you are telling us, Waziri, that you might decide to go and actually bury the asbestos in that particular area, in which, I think that's a layman reasoning, Because we have a NEMA advice now, I'd want you to really adhere to the recommendation that the asbestos disposal should be at a designated area. So I don't expect that you will also go and do the dumping of the same at the very area if it is not designated. So I think you stick to the NEMA guidelines. Thank you.
Thank you. So we've come to an end. I want to request the Sergeant at Arms to escort the CEC. In case there is any, I think we have lunch. Is it already lunch? Oh, we have the mid-morning tea. Waziri, you're welcome to take tea. So we've come to an end of this first session, and this meeting stands adjourned until the next session, that is 12:30. Thank you.